Today's guide is all about Chou, one of the most iconic and feared fighters in Mobile Legends. Chou stands out for his exceptional mobility, allowing him to make highly aggressive engages, reposition quickly, and pull off game-changing plays. In addition to dealing excellent damage, his kit provides defense reduction, multiple crowd control effects, and an incredibly powerful ultimate that's perfect for pickoffs, quick eliminations, and isolating the enemy team's priority targets. Thanks to the versatility of his abilities, Chou is an excellent pick for both the EXP lane and the roam role, giving him the ability to create opportunities for his team throughout every stage of the match. If you want to master this hero and learn how to make game-winning plays, you've come to the right place. In this video, I'll explain Chou's passive in a simple and easy-to-understand way, break down each of his abilities, show you his most effective combos, recommend the best builds and emblems, and finally share essential tips to help you maximize your gameplay with the true Liu Kang of Mobile Legends. Passive. Chou has an energy bar that fills up whenever he is moving. Once the bar is fully charged, his next basic attack is enhanced, dealing 180% physical damage, applying a 90% slow for a short duration, and reducing the target's physical defense. This defense reduction starts at 10 points at level 1 and increases as Chou levels up, reaching 25 points in the late game. In addition, this effect can stack up to 2 times on the same target, making it much easier to eliminate them. Besides dealing significant damage, this enhanced basic attack is extremely important for maximizing Chou's combos, thanks to its powerful combination of slow and defense reduction. To make the skills easier to understand, let's start with Skill 2. This is the simplest ability in Chou's kit. Chou dashes in a designated direction while becoming immune to crowd control effects during the animation. After using this skill, he also gains a shield that scales with 200% of his extra physical attack, greatly improving his survivability during engages, chases, and repositioning. Skill 1. Skill 1 can be cast up to 3 consecutive times before going on cooldown. During the first 2 casts, Chou dashes forward, dealing physical damage to enemies in his path. On the third cast, he leaps to the designated area, dealing physical damage and knocking enemies airborne for a short duration. The most important part of this ability is that if the third hit lands on an enemy hero, Skill 1's cooldown is completely reset. This mechanic is essential for Chou's combos and greatly increases his mobility during fights. Ultimate. Chou's ultimate consists of 2 stages. In the first stage, he delivers a powerful kick to the target enemy, dealing physical damage and knocking them backward. He can then reactivate the skill to instantly dash toward the target and unleash a series of powerful kicks, dealing even more physical damage. Although the damage is impressive, the true strength of this ultimate lies in its unique crowd control. It allows Chou to completely isolate an enemy and force them into an unfavorable position, making him one of the best heroes in the game for securing pickoffs and eliminating the enemy team's carries. Combos. Chou has an incredibly wide variety of combos, thanks to the multiple stages of his Skill 1. However, to keep things simple, I'll focus on the most practical and effective combos that you'll use in the vast majority of your games. The most basic combo starts by using the first 2 casts of Skill 1 to close the gap. Then, use the third cast to knock the enemy airborne. Immediately activate Skill 2 to reposition yourself, and finish with both stages of your ultimate. The key to mastering this combo is your positioning. While the enemy is airborne, use that brief window to quickly reposition with Skill 2. If you do it fast enough, you'll be able to kick the target in any direction you want, toward your teammates, under a turret, or away from their escape route. Another important tip is to avoid using the first 2 casts of Skill 1 in the enemy's vision. Instead, prepare them inside a bush or outside the enemy's vision range. That way, you'll surprise your target with the third cast, making it much easier to land the airborne effect. You can also use Flicker during the animation of the third cast of Skill 1 to significantly extend its range. This is one of Chou's signature mechanics, but it requires excellent timing and precision to execute consistently. Another way to extend your engage range is to use Skill 2 before the third cast of Skill 1. This doesn't interfere with the combo at all because, as explained earlier, landing the third hit on an enemy hero resets the cooldown of Skill 1, allowing you to continue your combo normally. Although these combos may look simple on paper, executing them consistently takes plenty of practice. As you spend more time playing Chou, these movements will become second nature. The most important thing is to keep practicing until the mechanics become part of your muscle memory. Build and emblems. Chou can be played effectively in both the EXP lane and as a roamer, allowing for a wide variety of builds depending on the role you want to fulfill. If your goal is to play aggressively in the EXP lane, Blade of the Heptasias is one of the best options. It provides high physical damage, physical penetration, and a slow effect through its passive, making it much easier to execute your combos and win trades against other fighters. Blade of Despair greatly increases Chou's burst damage, turning him into a constant threat to mages, marksmen, and other low-defense heroes. Endless Battle also fits Chou's playstyle perfectly. Since he constantly alternates between skills and basic attacks, this item makes excellent use of its passive, significantly boosting his overall damage output. If you're playing Chou as a roamer, it's generally better to build defensively. This gives you much more survivability when engaging fights, protecting your teammates, and rotating around the map. Dominance Ice is one of the most valuable items for this role. Besides providing high physical and magic defense, it also applies a healing reduction effect, making it an excellent first item in most matches. Antique Cuirass is extremely effective against fighters and assassins that rely on physical skills, greatly increasing Chou's durability during teamfights. Against teams with heavy magic damage, Athena's shield and radiant armor remain the best defensive choices. As for emblems, the best choices are the assassin, tank, or fighter emblem, depending on the role you want to play. For talents, I recommend Thrill or Rupture in the first slot. In the second slot, Wilderness Blessing, Tenacity, or Master Assassin are all excellent options. For the final slot, Concussive Blast and Lethal Ignition are, in my opinion, the talents that best complement Chou's kit. When it comes to battle spells, Flicker is without a doubt the best choice. It significantly extends your engage range, makes your combos much easier to execute, and greatly increases Chou's pick-off potential. These are the builds and setups I recommend the most, especially if you're just starting to play Chou. Feel free to use them as a foundation or adjust them to match your own playstyle and the needs of each match. Gameplay tips. The tips in this section are mainly focused on roaming, which is currently Chou's strongest role. At the start of the match, try to gather information about the enemy jungler's path to predict where they'll be heading. After that, help your mid laner apply pressure or clear the first wave more quickly to create an advantage for your team's early rotations. Chou's Skill 1 is one of his most important tools, providing excellent mobility and countless playmaking opportunities. Whenever possible, avoid using the first two casts directly on the enemy, since the damage isn't the main strength of this ability. Its true power lies in the third cast, which provides a highly reliable and difficult to react to knockup. Use it to catch out-of-position enemies and set up your ultimate. Throughout the match, your primary responsibility is to secure pickoffs on the enemy team's priority targets, especially mages and marksmen. At first, landing your combos and kicking enemies in the exact direction you want may feel difficult, but that's simply part of mastering Chou. Always remember that the most important part of every combo is landing the third cast of Skill 1. Once you do that, positioning yourself correctly to use your ultimate becomes much easier. Another key aspect of playing Chou is knowing when to engage. If you're hit by crowd control during your initiation, escaping alive becomes extremely difficult. This is especially true in the late game, where enemy mages and marksmen can eliminate you almost instantly. In short, playing Chou is all about finding the right opportunities, eliminating the enemy carries, and getting out safely. If you perform that role well, you'll have a massive impact in almost every match. That wraps up today's guide. I hope it helped you, and thank you so much for watching until the end. If you enjoyed this video and want to keep improving at Mobile Legends, feel free to check out the other content on the channel. We have a dedicated playlist featuring complete hero guides, covering everything from abilities and combos to builds, emblems, and advanced gameplay tips. If you're looking for something more specific, I've also created 5 separate playlists organized by role, making it easier to find guides for the heroes you actually play. Thank you very much for your support and for watching until the end. Your support means a lot and motivates me to keep creating more high-quality content for all of you. See you in the next video.